Welcome to this module on the 1991 Upper Deck Baseball Complete Factory Set Breakdown. I'm excited about this particular module because this is one of my favorite sets to break, and I think you'll see why as we go through this. Let's get into it. If you haven't ever broke this set down, hopefully after you see this, you'll pick one up because you can pick these up very reasonable. But when we look at the gem rate from Upper Deck, the 1991 Upper Deck, there's been 68,926 cards from this set that have been graded, and there's been 13,657 PSA 10, so that's about 20%. Which is not great, but it's not terrible for an older set like this, considering a lot of people just send in cards that were not pulled directly from a factory set. I can tell you our overall rate for this set, gem rate, has been higher, but we only break sets. That's all we do. And it's my guess that this gets a lot more nines than a lot of other cards from different sets. So if you're kind of careful and you send them in, whatever card you decide to get graded, if you get an 8, it's really uncommon. It doesn't happen very often. If you're careful and you go through the right process and you really check your cards out before you send them in, you're going to get some 10s and a lot of 9s normally with this set. Okay, I'm just going to take you through the notes that we've made. You can download this PDF in this section. Another thing I'm going to do here, there's 2 or 3 really good videos on YouTube around this 1991 factory set that I'm going to include in this section of the training as well. This is one of those sets where I think it's worth taking some time and really getting yourself educated on this set, because this is something that if you're at a show, sometimes you can pick these up for $10 or less. I mean, I bought these sets for $7 at shows. So this is a set you want to get familiar with. You want to understand it. You want to understand how to get it processed once you buy one. Get through it as quick as you can, get it processed, and let it, start creating profits for you. But this is one of those very unique sets for a couple of different reasons, and I'll share with you as we go through this. But my target price is $15 if I want to find one of these to break. $15. Luckily, in the last a couple collections that we bought this year, have had these sets in them as part of the overall collection that we bought. I just broke a factory sealed set earlier today that came from a collection that we bought. But I just took a look at current eBay prices, and you can see this set sold for $5. It was factory sealed, which is what you want. You want one that's not been opened. And it was $5 for delivery. So, I mean, that's a great deal, $10. Here's another one that sold for $225, 800 cards factory sealed, $8.15 shipping and handling, which still puts you at what? $10.40. So these sets right now, in my opinion, are majorly underpriced in the market, the factory sets. For what you can do when you break them down and the profits that can be created. This is one of the reasons I love this set, and I don't understand it, but in this set, they have these holograms, 3D holograms of every team. Like we're looking at the Blue Jays here, and I guess that's the Seattle Mariners. But it just comes in a small little box. I actually have it here. I'll show you. That's what it looks like. That's the box that it comes in. It's kind of like a card box if you're buying a deck of cards. So these, you can see this one actually sold last month for $22. And people will also break these down and sell the individual holograms, the individual cards for in the dollar range. What we normally do, and what I'm doing with this one, I'm just selling it, and I listed mine for 15 plus 280 shipping and handling. I did that earlier today. I want to look at it. Let's just see if we can find it. Okay, so here's our listing for the hologram set, 1991 Upper Deck 3D hologram sets, $15 or best offer. Somebody offers $10, $12, I'll definitely take it. And then 280 shipping and handling. So the fact that you can sell these kind of puts this set at a different level just because people do buy these. The other thing that we do with these is we'll take all the holograms and we'll put them in a top loader and put them in our dollar box. So if you want the Yankees hologram, it's $1. If you want the Brewers hologram, it's $1, whichever one. And we'll sell some that way. It shows in our dollar box. So this kind of puts this at a different level, in my opinion. The fact that you can sell these holograms, and like if I sell these for 15, which we have in the past, you can buy the entire set, $15 or less, then there's your cost of cards right there, and everything that you sell is just pure profit. So that's one of the reasons I really like this set a lot. Now you can buy wax, and the wax, they have series 1 and series 2. In series 1, if you ever buy wax, you want the low series factory sealed wax, series 1, because it has the Nolan Ryan card, which I'll talk about in a minute, and the Michael Jordan card, which is a short print card. If you buy wax, and that's not a bad thing to do either, as you'll see, it could make a lot of sense for you. Now, you can currently, at the time of this video, buy a complete factory sealed case, and it has 20 of these boxes in it. Each box will have 36 packs, and I guess there's probably, I want to say 9, 10 cards per pack. 36 packs in each box. Or you can buy a case that has 20 of these boxes in it. Now, based upon the current price I'm seeing on eBay, it's $1,200, 95 shipping. That would put it at $64.75 per box would be your net cost delivered to you. $64.75, which here you're looking at about $75 with shipping per box. So save about $10 if you wanted to go that route. The biggest chase cards, the biggest card from this set are the Nolan Ryan and the Michael Jordan. They are not in the factory sealed sets that we're going to be talking about. They're just in Series 1 wax box is the only place you can find these. So they're not in the factory sealed case. But that's all right, because there's other cards here. But this is the Nolan Ryan card. It's actually Nolan Ryan, Ricky Henderson record-breaking card. Goes for about $150 in PSA 10. And then this card has just gone through the roof. I've sold a lot of these over the years, and I cannot believe how much it's increased. But the last one on eBay just sold for $645 in PSA 10. But again, they're only available in Series 1 wax. So there's some complications, or there's some little details around this 91 Upper Deck that you just need to be aware of. And again, that's why I think it's worth taking some time and really studying it and understanding it because there is money to be made. I mean, I picked up a Series 1 wax at a show for $30. And, I'm going to do that anytime I run across it at that price because I have the possibility of hitting both of these cards when it's open. If we look, there's a total of 15 Hall of Famers in this set. These Hall of Famers sell for, I mean, it's at least $1 profit with Hall of Fame cards. If you just list them on eBay, some will be more, but because some of these are actually the rookies, the rookie of these players. But there's 15 Hall of Famers, which is really good. These are great for dollar boxes, even on eBay, to sell individually. Here they are. And again, if you're doing shows and you're in the Kansas City market and you can sell the George Brett for $2 instead of $1 in your Prices Mark box, that's a possibility for sure. Here's the top 15 rookie cards in this set. Chipper is number one. It's in the $5,500 range at a 9 at a PSA 9. Jeff Bagwell, also a Hall of Famer. Mike Mussina, also a Hall of Famer. Gonzalez and Ivan Rodriguez, also a Hall of Famer. And Jim Thome, Hall of Famer. And Pedro Martinez. All of these cards are worth grading because most of these, even if they come back at 9, you're still going to profit. But the rest of these, the further down the list we go, the less popular they are. But these are the rookies. But again, Brian McRae, I think, came up with Kansas City Royals. If you're in the Kansas City market, again, Tino Martinez, very popular player with the Yankees. We've sold this rookie. We've sold most of these at one time or the other. So the top 5, 6 are the ones you really want to pay attention to when you break this set down. When you're breaking down this full factory set, the top 5 or 6 are the ones that you want to pay attention to because you can easily double your money with them if they come back at 10. And, that's a big if, but even at a 9, you can still, make pretty decent money with them. If you have any question at all, you may want to send them to an alternative grader. If we look at the most popular cards, Griffey Jr., nice looking card, goes for about $45 to $60. It's actually King Griffey Jr.'s 3rd year. The 89 Upper Deck, Griffey Jr., one of the most classic cards in sports card history. Then you've got the 90, which is a nice looking card as well. It's a headshot. And then you've got this one, which is the 91 from this year. So I've looked at this. Don will look at it, but based upon what I'm seeing, and she's kind of our final detailed person, I don't think this. I think the centering's a little off. I think it's probably a 9. So what we'll probably do with this is just send it to an alternative grader, because if I can have this graded for $8 and it comes back a 9 with an alternative grader, I can still sell it for about 30. If I send it to PSA, it costs me 20. I'm taking the chance it comes back an 8. It's harder to make profits. So this is going to be probably go to an alternative grader just based upon what I'm seeing on the centering. But Dawn is our final expert on this. But there's some great cards in here. Chipper Jones. I think the Chipper I was going to send. I can't remember right now. But you can see the stack that I have. And there's a lot of cards here that are either going to go for grading or they're going to go in magnetic holders that will be placed in our prices marked box that's for shows, or some of these will go on eBay and some will go on our dollar box. But there's probably a stack of 100 cards or so here altogether, not counting the holograms. So it's just an easy set. It's good looking cards, and there's just money here. This is one of our favorite cards. We've sold a couple of tins in this Ricky Henderson, kind of this 3D looking, where he's still in a base. Very, very popular card. And you can see the last 10 just sold for $104 on eBay. And you can see our earlier projections, our research showed that the average price is about $55 for that card. That's where we've sold it, but there was one that actually sold just in May for $104. But that's an easy $50 card, $50, $20 to grade it. So you're looking at $30 profit just from that one card if you can get a 10. If it comes back a 9, you can probably get 35, around 35 for it. So that's $15 profit. And again, the thing that you have to look at with this particular set, if you get this at a 9, you sell for 35, you make $15 profit, a few fees here and there, but $15 profit. How much did you pay for the set? Our target price on this set is 15. How much can you sell the holograms for? Maybe not tomorrow, but over time they will sell. They always do. So there's just a lot to like about this. The Bo Jackson going for about 50. Cal Ripken, it doesn't really make sense to send any of these, because even at 10s, you're barely getting your grading feedback. But you send it to an alternative grader, and if you get it graded for $8 and you sell it for $18, you got a $10 profit built in there. Again, these are the top cards in this set in PSA 10. You can see the values here. These are the ones you really want to look at. All of these, and if any of them can be sent to PSA, you want to do that. If not, I would consider sending them to an alternative grader, and in worst case, put them in a magnetic holder and sell them for $5 to $10 in your prices marked box if you're doing shows. One last thing I wanted to share with you on this set is there's a lot of opportunities for these dual card listings, I call them. This is one I just did earlier today, a dual card listing on eBay, where I've got the Reds' very popular third baseman from the 1990 World Series winning team, Chris Savo. And they have these cards. They call them collector's choice cards. And then this is his regular card. Somebody was selling his regular card for 99 cents. I saw this one listed for $1.55 by somebody. So I just put the two together, sell them for $1.09 plus 88 cents shipping and handling. That covers my shipping and my supplies. And it's $1 profit. And there's a lot of dollar profit opportunities, in this set. Again, he's not a Hall of Famer, so he wasn't in any of these other lists. Like I said, there's 15 Hall of Famers here that you can create at least $1 profit from. But there's a lot of these other all-star type players where you can create profit as well. And when you just stop and look at this and you pull out the profit, as much profit as you can, send some to grading. I mean, you're looking at it, triple, quadruple your money when you break this. If you buy it for 15, you should be able to generate $60 from it, in my opinion. If you're willing to do the work and you take the time and you're willing to take the top, from these top 8 cards here that to send for grading, if you have 4 or 5 that are worth sending to PSA and the other 4 or 5 you send to an alternative grader, and you just follow the concepts and the ideas that we share, it's a fun set to open. And these holograms really kind of take it to a different level, and it gives you an opportunity for profit that a lot of the other sets don't. So I'm going to put some other videos here that I found on YouTube that I think you'll find interesting. And again, if you just spend a little bit of time and work with this set and maybe even buy a box of the wax, because you might get lucky. You might hit the Michael Jordan or the Nolan Ryan, who knows? But I think this is a set, this 91 Upper Deck is one that I think you'll enjoy working with. We certainly do. And it's one of my favorite sets to break. So I hope you enjoyed this module. I hope you get a lot from it. And again, I'm going to include a couple of other videos here to kind of really help you through repetition, really start to learn and understand what this 91 Upper Deck set is about and the guaranteed profit potential that's built into this set for you guys. So that's it for this module, and we'll talk to you on the next one. Have a good one.